All right, Jesse on Fire, welcome back. So there is a war happening all of a sudden, just like that, you know? Like I know in our corner of the internet, it seems like there's been a lot going on the Charlie Kirk case, and it seems like, you know, people have been pretty hard on Erika. They've been on her case pretty hard, and, you know, people just slowly but surely decided that they, you know, they're positive that she's a psychopath or whatever, and, what's going on now, though, is Candace is going all in on that. And she went all in, and you already have a level of backlash from the mainstream that is very serious. Like, I don't listen. I know I make I use hyperbolic language. By the way, I put this up just to make sure everybody remembers. Okay, we're all on the same team. Okay, we are all on the same team, unless you're with them, right? What's the common denominator over there? You know, you guys tell me, as I do sometimes. I just talked for 5 straight minutes about why I was doing the series on Charlie being alive. It's actually really important context, and I was talking about a lot of things related to that. But I talked for so long that now I would have swallowed this video. So just so you know, anybody who's heard about my Charlie's Alive series, and you're going to hear me talking about it throughout this entire episode, that a very important explanation about why I did it and why I'm doing it is at the back. But right now we're going to get right into this because the entire world has now officially declared war against Candace, and we're going to get into it. Okay. Because first thing we need to do is watch Candace's series trailer for Bride of Charlie. And then we're going to be seeing some people's reaction to this because it is, they are very unhappy about this. Unhappy is not even the word. They are going thermonuclear. This is the most upset I've ever seen any of these people actually about anything. Not just about this, but like about anything. And Candace is going all in on this, like we said, and I understand why. And again, I think I'm the only person that has this right. And so hopefully this video not only will, you know, give you guys like a sight into what everybody's talking about, but also give you guys some insight into why all of this is happening, because it's probably not very clear, but I will make it clear for everybody. Now, here is the trailer for Candace's forthcoming Bride of Charlie.
Erika Kirk has been named the new CEO of...
Kind of weird, huh? Kind of weird. You know, event of the century, and then talking about merch sales. Weird. Talking about donations. Weird. But maybe there's an explanation for that. That is not that she's an evil psycho, maybe. Right? It's possible that I've already told everybody what it is. Yeah, you do. If you've watched my series, you know exactly why. Okay? Everyone grieves differently. Maybe.
Different. My aunt used to tell me, never do something that you don't want on the front page of a newspaper.
That's great advice. I'm serious, everybody. I mean, the thing is, like, this is not shocking to me. I know all of this information. At least it's in the trailer. And in terms of what's in the trailer, this is all information I am privy to, obviously. And of course, if I've taken the number of hours to put the series together that I have, obviously I'm pretty confident that I'm right in my hypothesis, okay? And I just want to say again, nothing that I say in this video or any other video talking about this topic is any kind of statement of fact. I am literally sharing my opinion, even if I use language that sounds like I'm certain. But do you guys, like, this is my point with Erika and with the entire situation, whether I'm right or wrong, right? Whether I'm right or wrong, whether the tube that I think I can see underneath the shirt and the squib and all of that is exactly what it is, or if I'm just totally wrong and crazy, either way, okay? Little things about framing are going to dictate how you interpret information, okay? So like if I watch the videos of Erika with Charlie when Charlie was around and they're just being normal, and I say, that's the version of her that I think is the real Erika, the one that's like playful, joking around with Charlie. And then, of course, yes, she comes from a family that works in defense and they work at the high levels of government because that's what they sell into. That's who their connections are, whatever. And so, you know, like if you've got an in those kinds of things, it's going to sound very clandestine. Oh yeah, I lived in China. I lived in this. And oh, I'm working with this defense, and maybe it's nefarious and maybe it's not. But once you've decided that you're looking at her through that lens, everything is going to appear to be very, very suspect. And especially if you've decided that she might have been involved in murdering Charlie. Now, on the flip side of that everybody else we're going to be looking at is certain Well, I don't know about Bongino, actually. Honestly, based on Bongino's video today, I think that he thinks that Charlie's dead. Otherwise, I think so, you know. Or I'm just complete, like people hearing me say this, that must be like, this guy's insane. What do you mean he thinks he's dead, idiot? Listen, watch my series because I do not. That doesn't mean that he isn't. Okay. But you don't get to call me crazy until you've watched the series. That's the rule. Okay. Playlist is over there. Now, Ben Shapiro, definitely not in the know because he's not friends with Charlie. So Charlie, of course, was not going to tell Ben whatever was going on in the event that, this is what it is, right? So let's watch Ben Shapiro's reaction first. And actually, you know what? I take that back. Let's watch Bongino first. Full disclosure, I ended up filming the Bongino portion, and it is so much. There's so much that I have to do an entire other video for the Ben Shapiro one, which I will. But the Bongino one, it goes that hard. Okay. It goes that hard. Now, I'm going to now do 2 entire videos for you guys. Each of them, this is going to end up being like an hour and a half of content. And all I ask in return is that you live up to the agreement that we made, which is that you will subscribe to the channel if you watch my content. And you guys do that. I appreciate it. There is still about 30% of you, though, that are not subscribed, which kind of hurts my feelings. And also, you're stealing. Okay. I forgive you, but I would like it if you guys would subscribe. And then also everybody like this video and tell me what you think in the comments because he deserves to get his word in. And both of these are very long. So let's watch Bongino's reaction first and I will chime in when appropriate.
I think so. We'll see. Even an old 51 years old, I don't walk around all day terrified about my security situation. Maybe I should, but I don't. I'm nobody's victim. I chose a public life, and sadly, this is a part of it. Erika didn't choose this, man. Imagine sitting there in your house, and you find out from Twitter or, I don't know, a text or a phone call, or that your husband was just shot in the neck for the entire world to see on social media at a public event. I can't imagine that. I know you can't either. Then you got to go through this. Then you got a bunch of absolute fucking lunatics sending her emails. You did it. Comments, tweets. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. You demonic fucking scum.
For the record, his response to this is the correct one if everything is as it seems. So like, as people are watching this, like you just need to keep in mind, like I know, like obviously people have some serious problems with Cash and Bongino accurately as it relates to the fight. But like when it comes to this, if who did this is a bunch of leftists and then people just were like, no, like let's just say it was exactly what's been told to us. And I certainly am not saying that that's what it is. Obviously you guys know that's not what I think, but like if it was, and then just put yourself in that headspace for a while, because that's where I was all along. And you guys, I think I don't have a choice. I think I'm going to have to let you guys in on something the fucking most substantial thing that I've ever been party to in secret. And it's something that leaked. I don't have a choice. It's going to get out. It's actually already gotten out. And people, only out of respect for me, have not put it out yet. But you will very shortly know why I was so confident that it was leftists for a very long time. But nonetheless, for my thought experiment, there's another, you alluding to it. You guys don't realize that we're talking about the same thing, but we are. But nonetheless, okay, so let's just say that that it was exactly what we were told. Like, you guys understand that what he's saying is correct. Is like, think about, like, how can you go after her? It's his widow, dude. Like, his wife. Like, how could you disrespect his memory worse than attacking his widow, right? And I understand the people who are doing it, they think she's involved, right? Like they think she is. And what I always, before I was on the side that I am now, where I feel pretty very confident that I'm right. But before that, I was always like, man, they better be fucking sure they're right, dude. They better be sure they're right, because if they're wrong, it doesn't matter what you think of her. It's Charlie's fucking widow. Don't pretend that you're doing, don't tell me you care about Charlie and simultaneously you're attacking his wife unless you genuinely believe that she is involved, which Candace for sure does. For sure. For sure she does. And I understand why, because they keep lying to her. Why else would they lie to her is what is in her brain, because she hasn't watched my series and she doesn't realize what's actually going on. But I just want to say that about Bongino. Like, he's not like exaggerating. He's not wrong. He's right. This is exactly what people's, reaction should be to this series if you 100% believe the official story. Do you understand? Like, you see how convoluted and weird all of this is? It's like, and the way I see it is hilarious, because I'm just looking, I'm like, oh yeah, here, everybody's looking at a different movie as usual. Let's go ahead and continue.
For as much as I hate what just happened, I wish ill on no one, and everyone should restrain their emotions from the other side, because they are not on our side.
Does he not know? Okay. Obviously, again, I could be completely wrong about this, in which case disregard all of this. But if I'm right, does he not know? Like, Cash knows if I'm right, Cash knows for 100% sure. Absolutely for sure. Trump for sure, Cash for sure, JD for sure. I don't know where it stops though. You know what I mean? If he knows, and this is his performance, fucking amazing performance. Like the exact inverse of everything else I've seen related to this case. I believe him. I absolutely believe him.
Everyone. Once you go down the road of violence, there's no turning back. There's always someone stronger than you, man. Always. There's a whole lot of people stronger than me. And I'm sorry if the language distracts from you, but I can think of no other New York way to say it than fuck you, motherfuckers. You deserve to feel the little licks of the flames of hell on every inch of your body. Fuck you.
It's a misunderstanding. Okay. All of this is it's a misunderstanding. Okay. This is why I'm doing the series. Okay. This is exactly why I'm doing the series, as I will discuss later.
If there's an afterlife, and I believe there is, I believe in the second creation. I don't pretend to be the judge and jury, but I know you're not in it.
Wrong. That is a pretty strong statement right there, right? It's like, you're going to hell, which assumes that he knows the intention, right? Because, listen, dude, if you're operating from a position of, this is exactly what I said. This is exactly what I said about anyone who celebrated when Charlie got killed. Like you, dude. I've said this before. And this again, I every time that I say an idiotic thing like this, I always say I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed by my reaction to this, because there's nothing cool about being out of control of your emotions and having outbursts, especially violent ones. But I said it before and I meant it. If someone would have celebrated Charlie getting murdered in the first few weeks, month, whatever, I just said the wrong thing, about him getting killed, I'd have hurt them, dude. For real. For real. If if one of those fucking people came and they came and trashed his memorial, I'd have hurt them, dude. For real. Hurt them. And I would have never felt an ounce. Depending on, I'm not gonna kill the guy, but I would have felt totally fine that like they earned that. They earned that. And it's funny because now, not funny, but it's just interesting because now I'm looking at this and I understand it's this, the way I was looking at that is exactly what this looks like to him. But it's a misunderstanding, in my opinion, because I am so certain that I'm right, in which case I understand why Candace is looking at it the way she is, and she is probably nearly certain that they killed Charlie. And Bongino is like, how could you be attacking his widow? Everybody's super certain. Everyone's so certain, right? Like, do you guys actually believe that Candace is evil? You think she's really just doing this out of like evil intent? Come on, dude. Really? She's not. She loved Charlie. Like, really, I'm telling you guys, like the way that I ended up backing into this whole thing is I'm never wrong about people, dude. I mean, I can get some things wrong, but not something like I have Candace read bulletproof. My read on her is right. And she for sure believes in what she's doing. She's not doing this for any kind of nefarious reason. She doesn't do that. Like, bottom line, they're lying to her. They are lying to her. Why would you think that a bunch of people around this were lying to you? I know why, or at least I think I know why. So it's a misunderstanding.
I got to tell you, I've been doing this for a really long time now. And as I said in the beginning of the show, I walked into the dark forest. I didn't know where it's going to go. I did not have this all mapped out because I don't know what to say. People have tried being nice. People have tried screaming and yelling. People have tried a middle of the road approach. Nothing works. Ignore it, it metastasizes. Address it, it metastasizes. I wish I had the answer.
This is true. I have the answer. That's why I'm doing this. That's the entire reason I'm doing the series. The whole reason. He is laying it out because he's right. It's a cancer, except it is a cancer that cannot be solved because everyone is looking at a different movie. I'm trying to clarify the movie they're looking at. Now, maybe I've got the movie wrong, but I don't think so. I don't think so. You can't, like, what other... She thinks they killed him. That's why they're lying to her. How would, like, okay, if you make the world think that this guy got killed, but all the people who conspired are actually doing something for Charlie, but people don't know that, and then they catch him in all the things they did to make it look like this outcome over here, then of course they're going to think that they did it. Of course they're going to believe that. And then anybody looking at it who hasn't looked closely and they know the people involved well enough to know for sure they would have never killed Charlie, which has been my assumption from the beginning, not because I know them personally, but because I'm so fucking good at this. I'm not wrong about shit like that. Never. Fucking never. They're never, ever fucking ever wrong about, let me look at that group of people. Oh yeah, those three would never conspire to kill that guy ever. Like, I'd never get that wrong. I would never get that wrong.
I can only make decisions for me. I can't make decisions for you as to what you want to watch or what you don't. This isn't about views or who's popular or who's this. I don't care. I'm just telling you I'm making a decision for me now. I don't want to be any part of that. If you're part of that, please leave. If it is half my audience disappears tomorrow, good riddance. Sayonara, motherfuckers.
That I respect. Now, you guys may recall throughout the entire debacle of him and Cash's, like, when they were doing their tour about, this doesn't exist, that doesn't exist. What did I say every time? I was like, Cash, you could compromise with a stick of gum that had a lottery ticket on it that someone's all, hey, this This is a winner. He's like, really? And I was like, Bongino, dude? That dude stands on business. So something must be going on, dude. Like something must be going on. That's my read on the guy. And again, I always operate off my reads. I trust my reads on people that much when I have a read on a person. I don't always get them, but when I do, I trust them. He stands on business. I know people are fucking, I mean, look, dude, you can't get caught lying about the files and not eat shit. Bottom line. Bottom line. But I have no idea what was going on in the backdrop of that. Candace is going all in on this, and Dan Bongino came out and he went hard in the paint. And I'm talking hard in the paint. And now some others, well, a lot of others have come out in like staunch opposition, calling Candace a lot of names. And as usual, I need to come in and go, hey guys, the reason that you are looking at it this way is because of this. You have this wrong. And you over there, the reason you see it this way is because of this. You have it wrong. And you over there, you have it wrong. So who has it right? Me. I do. And not only do I have it right, but I will explain to you why these misunderstandings are leading to what you're looking at right now. So, Jesse, does this have anything to do with your crazy theory about what actually happened on it? Yes, it does. Very much so, actually. But we're going to go through the war first, and then I will explain how I can solve all of this, which was my intention the whole time with doing the series, okay? If everybody wants to know, okay, if, you always say, hey, Jesse on fire, you always say that you don't choose sides, but you're on Charlie's side. Yes, I did. I absolutely said that. So why would you do a series about Charlie being alive if he clearly went through this amount of effort to make the world think he wasn't, assuming that your hypothesis is correct? Well, I will answer that very simply. If I'm right, he can't respond. Can't respond. He has extraordinarily limited options for how he can handle what is going on, which is a tsunami of, I don't know what you would call it, at his wife. And based on what I believe is a complete misunderstanding. And the thing is that the people who are, behind a lot of it are people who kind of run in similar circles and share similar viewership. Okay. That's the entire reason I did this. The whole entire reason I did this series was to get people to see what's actually going on so they will stop pointing the finger at people who were conspirators. They just were conspirators helping Charlie, not murdering him. Okay. So if I've had this thing backwards all along, if anybody who was involved in this thing sees this, if I'm right, obviously, I mean, who knows? I could just be completely batshit crazy. And I definitely didn't see a squib and hose underneath his shirt in a photograph today that someone sent me. They're like, look, it's like, I know, but if possible, I'm crazy about all of that. Right. And if that's the case, then who cares? I am crazy. But if I'm right, okay, if I'm right, and anybody who over there that was kind of a part of this thing doesn't want to talk about it, all you have to do is ask. And if you want to employ my special set of skills, all you have to do is ask also. Okay. But I am going to put this on. By the way, if you hear me say, oh, Charlie's alive, and you're like, what on earth are you talking about? I have an entire series on it. And there are a few new episodes coming soon that between every episode, I get more certain that I'm right. But not 100%, because I would never make a statement of fact about that. Now, but again, anybody at TPUSA or anybody who has been watching my series, that's why I'm doing it. I'm trying to help you guys. I'm trying to help you guys put this down. Because if you sue them, you can't. You already know. I mean, you can't. You can't sue them. Discovery, that's not going to work. And also suing them would just make it worse. Attacking them with kind of tired, normal propaganda tropes ain't going to work either. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. So what I'm doing, this might work. If I can get them to see what's going on without putting it in the New York Times, this is kind of a small section of the internet, right? If I go out into public, it's not like, 1 out of every 500 people maybe is like, have I seen you before? And they certainly don't know that I'm talking about this. But who knows? What do I know, dude? Maybe I'm wrong about every single thing. You know what I mean? It is possible. Because, what's up, baby?
It's gonna be dark in a little bit. So we can't do it.
I know, dude. What I told you, I had to finish this before we did it. What? Why don't I? Oh, why don't I do this after? Well, I would have been done had you not barged into my studio right now, dude. I mean, I would have been done sooner. Now I got to edit this out. Thanks, Jen. Get over here. Get over here. Genevieve. Come here. Look at what you did. Look into the camera. See? I have to edit that entire thing out now. What do you have to say for yourself?
What entire thing?
The whole thing from when you barged in till now.
Sorry.
Oh, it sounded super genuine. Are you on rollerblades right now? Yes, you are. Why are you on rollerblades upstairs in our house? That's not safe at all.